Ismael. Hey, hey, Ismael, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing,
I'm
Gayle?
so good, just in this Shasta energy.
Well, that's a very good energy to be in. I was just there, last year, and it is phenomenal up there.
Oh my gosh,
Es-
the vortex
Especially,
energy up here, it's incredible.
yeah,
Incredible.
especially as you go into the mountain, up the mountain, just gets more intense.
It does. It does. You can feel the vibrations of everything right now. And I
Mhm.
just realized we're doing our live on the new moon.
Oh, happy new moon, everyone.
Happy new moon, everyone. And it's the
Yeah.
6-6 portal too today.
Wow. No coincidences. I think it was just divine timing, you know?
It is divine timing, 100%. So yes, we have so much to talk about, and the energies right now and how everything is unfolding. I've been working with so many clients right now that are going through a lot of changes in their life and a lot of things being brought up to be
Mhm.
cleared. And I feel like everyone's really having a breakthrough. So I would love to hear like what you're tuning into as well.
Well, I actually took about 2 weeks off from social media. That's why I haven't been posting. I haven't been anywhere. I even took time off from my own YouTube channel, which I was going live like every other
Mm.
night. So I went into hermit mode for a bit just so that I could anchor a lot of these powerful energies that have been coming in. I mean, it's been kicking my butt in a sense where it's like it's hard to sleep at night because I feel like my body's acclimating to new light codes. I feel like new codons are activating within my genetic structure, and I believe this is happening to a lot of people. I'm speaking in terms of like how it's happening to everyone, not just myself. And throughout the day, I'm just kind of I've been meditating. I've been spending a lot of time in nature. The elements in nature are our biggest allies right now in
Mm.
the activation process of our crystalline genetic structure. The more we spend time with the elements, I've noticed,
Yeah.
Gayle, the more we spend time with Mother Earth, the more powerful and the more insights we gain.
Mm.
And so it's been an incredible journey for me. And so yeah, I really enjoyed my last 2 weeks off from, technology and social media. I've
Yeah.
been back for the last few days, and
Like a
yeah, it's been
refresh.
exciting. It's like a refresh, exactly. But
Yeah.
some of the feedback that I've been getting from my own viewers and a lot of my following is that they are going through some sort of like it's almost like there's times where they feel really, really like fed up with our world. They just want to be angry and say, just F it all. And
Yeah.
then there's times where they're like, all love and light, I'm ascending and this and that.
Yeah.
And so I call it we're collapsing the two polarities. So of course we're
Yes.
going to within the spectrum of emotional expression, we are going to be feeling everything, highs and lows, and it's going to be bouncing up and down like manic, like being manic, and it's normal, because our bodies are literally transforming, and that's what I've been telling people. Um, I tell people that it's don't feel bad about having moments where you feel like you're, falling into a depression, right? You just want to give up on life, and then moments when you're like, you feel like you're on top of the world.
Yeah.
That's part of the journey. That's part of the journey. We
Yes.
are learning, most importantly, how to master our feelings, because one of the things that is going to allow us to have these supernatural abilities organically, not with merging with technology, but
Right.
organically, right, through the activation of our own
Yes.
inner software, is the fact that we have to be absolutely in control of our emotions, because our emotions are going to be like the electronic force that is going to be controlling the light body. It's our emotions is what's going to allow us to do the impossible,
Right.
right? To manifest supernatural abilities, whether it's levitation, whether it's telekinesis, whether it's telepathy. It is through our emotions, and so that's why we have to be really, really. You could say in touch with our emotions without suppressing them and expressing them, but really just feeling them and then learning how to let go if they're not serving you, of course. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So,
Yeah, let's
um,
go.
mhm,
Yeah, and I couldn't agree with
yeah.
that more because, well, like, you're so tuned in, like we're tuning into the same thing that's happening right now.
Mhm.
And people can tend to get really caught up in the emotions of it all and hold on to those emotions. So it's important like to feel them and to feel the anger and to feel the frustration, the irritability and all of that that's going on right now, but also to transmute it at the same
That's it.
time and let it become alchemized into
Mhm.
wisdom that you're gaining from these experiences. Because what I've noticed is we're going through, especially on the 6-6 portal today, we're going through this like karmic cycle clearing where a lot of relationships, a lot of, you know, people in their phases of their life right now are going through a karmic cycle clearing. And in order for you to get the knowledge and the wisdom from that karma that you're learning, you have to be willing to transmute the emotion and alchemize it. And so that as people are feeling emotion so intensely, and I think we all need a reminder right now, including myself, to, you know, somebody said something to me yesterday. She was like, give it up to God. And I just needed that reminder in that moment. Oh yeah, I don't have to hold the load of these emotions. I don't have to hold all of this on myself. I can give it up to God and trust that all of this is unfolding divinely and that we're all, and what you said about the light body activating right now, where I'm feeling something crazy happening in my light body too, which is why I'm out in nature and I'm on the mountain right now. And just like
Mhm.
I had to go and be with nature every single day. And you're right about that. It's the codes from the nature, it's the healing energy from the nature that helps us balance and ground. And I feel like grounding is one of the most important things we could be doing right now all together. And
Oh yeah.
you know, and like
Yeah.
because that's when a lot of people like you're talking about get really up in the upper chakras, I noticed. And there's a lot of
Mhm.
people that are going really in the upper chakras right now because they're activating the third eye, you're activating the crown, and then all of a sudden you have a lack of energy in your lower energy centers. And we forget about our responsibilities, and then we get stressed out about money, and then we have a lack frequency going, and it gets us all off balance. But the moment you go out into nature, you're with pure creation. You're becoming pure creation again, and it allows you to get back in your body, back in your energy centers. So yeah, grounding is so necessary right now.
Absolutely, because that's what we're doing here as anchor points. We are grounding in the higher dimensional realities into the physical world. You
Mm-hmm.
know, a lot of people think that this whole ascension procedure that we are all undergoing individually and collectively is something that will allow us to let go of physicality and become these etheric beings, and that's not the case. The case is that we are bringing in fifth dimensional reality through our physical
Yeah.
bodies. We are
Yeah.
spiritualizing matter. And
Oh, I love
that's
that.
what ascension is all about. It's about spiritualizing the physical plane as well, so
Yeah.
that the physical plane could also be eternal, like the etheric plane, and the spiritual plane, so that it could all be one and the same again, you know? And I love that you said that we are transmuting, that we are alchemizing negative emotions, because that's how we become masters.
Yep.
And even though a lot of us forgot that we have already completed the full ascension process in prior lifetimes, because we are returned masters. You know that, right? A lot of
Mm-hmm.
us
Yeah.
are returned
It's
masters. We
wild.
are returned angels, and some of us are even archangels, you know, in the
Yeah.
flesh, you know. So, Michael, Gabriel, if you're out there watching, what's
Hey
up? You know, I'm just
guys.
saying, like, hey guys, you know, because the whole team is here. The entire host of heaven is here in human form, and that's why I always tell people that don't expect anything from the sky. You know, it's
Yes.
what's happening here. It's through the people like us that
Yes.
are making this change, that are, you know, energizing the new grid, firing up the Christ code consciousness onto the planet, so that eventually, as we reach critical mass, it could actually shift, you know, collectively for everybody else. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to alchemize
Yes.
all negative frequencies. And that explains why everything's coming up now, because this is it. This is the time of transparency, both on a political level. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of the corruption
Mm-hmm.
surfacing, but also on an individual level. You know, this is where all our ancestors are kind of depending on us to do the clearing for them,
Yeah.
because, you know, this is it. You know, we're ending so many cycles, and
He's
it's
so
just,
many.
yeah, exactly. So we're living in the best times ever, not just in the history of planet Earth, but also, Gail, in the history of the entire
Yeah.
universe. You know, and that explains why we're also receiving so much help from our galactic
Yeah.
brothers and sisters.
Yes.
from the interdimensionals, from the Council of
Yeah.
Telos, which you are intimately connected with, by the way.
Yes.
You are a member of that council. You know that, right? You're here and you're
Well,
there.
we can get more into
Oh,
that.
let's do. I love the Telosians. I felt last year when I attended the Rob Potter conference as one of the speakers there. The thing that I enjoyed the most is just being in that around the mountain and the lake. It was just the most, you could say, the most serene, glorifying experience that I've ever felt. And I do believe it's because of the fact that that is situated around one of the earth chakras. Would you agree?
Yeah,
Which
absolutely. Yeah.
chakra is
The
that?
root.
Do you know? The
Yeah.
root. Oh, no wonder I felt so grounded.
It's where you come to ground your energy and recharge. It's where a lot of people that are activating their light bodies
Yeah.
come to recharge. It's like a
Mhm.
recharge station for a lot of us. And yeah, I'm here full
I
time
wanted to
now.
stay there for the whole week.
I decided to move here.
Oh, well, that's awesome. That's where the
Yeah.
universe wants you.
Yeah. And I will share that going up on the mountain, as you remember, you can feel things very intensely,
Hmm.
right? And whatever happens in the root chakra affects the rest of the world.
Hmm.
So when I feel things up here, I feel the collective. I feel what the collective is going through. And I thought it was really interesting. And I was posting on my Instagram, there was a circular chemtrail around the mountain about 2 days ago. And a lot of people were posting about it. And then I noticed I went into like two different places and there was a fight that broke out in two different places here in Shasta. And I was like, I've never seen people acting like this before. And I felt a
Hmm.
lot of the chaotic energy coming up, and I knew that, I've been shown that timeline split. We talk about the bifurcation and timelines, and I've been shown recently that this is really the physical split that's happening right now. And it's already in the process of like how these dimensions are splitting apart, people having all these different experiences. And I think we're going to start to really witness this in the physical now, where you're going to see people going a little crazy, but you're not, you're in a totally different experience.
Hmm.
And this is why I tell people right now, there's a lot of things that's going to come up. Like you were saying, a lot of the unconscious is going to come to the surface because we have the sun, which is consciousness, which is information coming to shine on the lack of information. So all the unconscious within ourselves, within our life, within the entire collective is going to be shown to us. A lot of disclosure, all these things. And people are going to go crazy. Like they're going to feel chaotic, and we're going to witness this, but we won't be having to have that same experience because we've already transmuted a lot of our own stuff. And that's why it's important to focus on yourself right now. That's the
Hmm.
message I've been getting, is because the world, the new earth, is created through us. So if we're
Exactly.
focusing on whatever's going on out there, the chaos, the way people are fighting with each other, the way that they're going to be acting soon when they're going a little crazy from these energies, it's going to distract our own energy from what we're here to create. And we, like you said, nobody's coming down from the sky to save us. It's like we are the ones that are the galactic beings in these human bodies that are creating the new earth. So the guidance that I've gotten the last couple of days from this being at the mountain was focus, focus, focus all of your energy on what it is that we are creating here, the new earth, your new earth life, because there are so many infinite possibilities and potential available to us right now. And all we have to do is shift our resonance and our frequency and our perspective into that reality. And I've seen it happening in my own life, and there's resistance that comes up. And that's what I'm noticing for people right now is it's available to us. We can shift into these miracles right now, but we're so used to our old program. And we're so used to that old comfort zone of lack or scarcity or fear or whatever that is, that we tend to want to go back to that comfort zone. And that's where we create our resistance. So the biggest thing I think we have to do right now is to release all of our attachments to the way
Hmm.
that we were, to who we were, to our habits and behaviors, and surrender to this new way of being. And this is, I think, where we're all at right now.
Absolutely. It's all about letting go of the old that doesn't serve us
Yeah.
collectively and individually.
Yeah.
And so we are kind of like in the precipice of a birthing process. We are literally like in terms of a metaphor, we are literally in a womb right now. We are like in a cocoon
Yeah.
state, Our bodies are changing, the planet is changing, every physical thing is changing. The entire solar system is changing. Believe it or not, there is scientific evidence that even crazy anomalies are taking place on, the jovial planets, Saturn, Mars, Venus. They're all undergoing the same changes that we are.
Really.
So it's beautiful how, everything is going to be changing within a twinkling of an eye very, very soon. And that's why it's important to, like you said, to really focus on the things that you want in life. Focus on what you would imagine a heaven on earth would be like.
Mm.
If you put all your energy in that right now, because when the bifurcation of timelines takes place, you realize that our thoughts are going to be manifesting at the speed of
Yeah.
light. All right. And that's
Yeah.
why it's important to begin to learn how to master your thoughts now and your emotions too, because like I said, your emotional body is going to be the electromagnetic force that is going to allow you to do the impossible, to teleport, to, once our other strands come into activation, 10 more strands, once we're fully activated with 12 strand DNA,
Hmm.
we are going to be able to do things that right now we would only consider, we consider, you could say, like sci-fi stuff,
Yeah.
like superhero stuff,
Yeah.
um, I'm excited,
I'm excited too.
it's
You're getting me excited talking about it.
I know
Yeah.
like how can you even fathom like the fact that we're all going to be transforming into this new species,
Yeah.
and witnessing the rise of what I call the next stage of human
Yeah.
evolution, in the
Yeah.
organic timeline, of course.
Let me ask you a question, because this is really interesting times that we're in. The sun is so active right
Hmm.
now, especially if you compare how it was 2 years ago to now. It's so extremely active. It was about a month ago. I don't talk about any of this to my daughter. She's 14. And she woke up one morning and said, I had a dream that the sun exploded. And I said, what were you feeling? And she's like, I was calm, but there was a bunch of people just gone around me all of a sudden. And then 2 weeks later, a friend of mine, her son had the same dream. The sun exploded and turned into ice. Is there any messages you're getting or have been picking up about, the activity of the sun and maybe what's going on with the sun right now?
Well, just like ourselves in the earth, the sun is also going through its own evolutionary process. So our sun goes through different phases before it becomes a white sun. So from what I understand, from what I've gathered through my own downloads, is that our sun is going through a metamorphosis process itself. It's turning it's from a yellow sun to a white sun.
Mm-hmm.
When the earth was first created, it was a red sun, and it became a orange sun, and then it became a yellow sun, and then the final phase is the white sun. And the sun corresponds to fifth dimensional reality and up. And get this, I was told that not only are we going to have access to the fifth dimension, Gail, but because of the fact that the earth has all 12 stargates that connect the earth reality all the way up to the 12th dimension
Mm-hmm.
beyond the fifth. And this explains why all of the wars between good and evil have been taking place, because of the fact that they're fighting over control of the stargates. I mean, a lot of it boils down to that, when it
Yeah,
comes to even
that
the
makes sense.
negative, the negative extraterrestrials, because this is the only planet that has access to the entire, the entire, you could say, universal structure all the way to the 12th
Mm-hmm.
dimension. No other planet has those stargates but us. So that's why
Wow.
we are the caregivers. And when we transform, guess what, Galen? We're going to be left in charge of protecting the stargates, with our physical powers and stuff that we're going to have. Like we're going to be like the Avengers,
I
like
see
like the DC
this. I
characters.
see that.
But to answer your question, yeah, the sun is going through a metamorphosis, and as a result of that, the entire solar system is going to be changing very, very soon. And basing it on scientific facts, it is believed that right now our sun is undergoing solar minimum, and even at solar minimum, we are getting some powerful, intense. What is it? The biggest one was what,
Yeah.
5.8 G5,
Yeah.
5.8
It was crazy
flare.
big. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
a big
okay.
storm. Yeah.
Now, exactly. Now, this is just at solar minimum. It
Yeah.
is predicted, according to NOAA and astrophysicists, that our sun is going to be, due to its 11-year cycle, it's going to be approaching solar maximum by spring of next year,
Uh, uh,
which means, yeah,
that's awesome to hear.
yeah, it's okay. Like so, it's inevitable. What's going to happen on this planet is
It is.
inevitable.
It is. And just imagine, like, if we're here hitting the solar maximum within a year, what that's doing to consciousness. Because all this light from the sun, from the galactic core and the center, is coming through our sun and raising our consciousness. What we're going to be like in a year from now.
Probably Homo luminous. We're probably going to be different. We're probably, after we transform into these multidimensional angelic beings, as I call them. That's what we're going to become, physical
Mm-hmm.
angels. We're still going to look the same, by the way. So the body that you picked right now is the body that you're going to have for all life.
I
Except
can
you're going to
sense
be able
my
to
race a little bit more, though, right?
yeah, of course, yeah. With your mind, you're going to be able to morph,
Yeah.
tweak your features
However
a
you
little bit,
want, right?
however you want. But overall,
Customize.
this is the avatar that your higher self chose, knowing that this is the avatar that you would immortalized by infusing it with your light body. And so we're going to be keeping this avatar for quite some time, as we do activate the immortal gene. So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting.
It's going to
I
be
hope everybody's happy.
so interesting. And I feel like a lot of the children coming in right now, I don't know if you picked up anything, but I feel like a lot of the children are coming in with these new crystalline codes, where from what I hear, a lot of these newborn babies coming in, children coming in they don't have the karma that we would have had coming into our lifetime to clear.
Yeah, that is correct. That is
Mm-hmm.
correct. And some believe in, and even Dolores Cannon talked about this, that people that are indigo people like star adults. I don't want to call them star children because now we're all adults, but back in the 80s they called us star
Yeah.
children. We supposedly we come in with no karma. I don't know, so that's debatable.
Okay.
I'm not really quite sure about that, but to answer your question, yeah, these new kids are coming in from dimensions beyond the 9th, 10th, 11th, which means that they are already pure beings or crystalline.
Okay.
So they have no karma.
That makes
They've already
sense.
they've already transmuted all of their karma in prior cycles, because we're dealing with multiple universes.
Yeah.
And we just happen to be the most advanced beings in our universe as to why we chose to come here in the third dimension, to help Mother Earth.
And when you think about it, though, all the crystal and indigo people that I know, I feel like we have had some karmic relationships, some things in our life that were karmic. So maybe we did have a little bit of karma to clear, But I feel like these children are coming in, and I'm noticing a lot of these children who are like toddlers, they're talking about their past lives. Like they're remembering their past lives. They're bringing knowledge. They're bringing all these teachings and information. You can see a lot of people posting about it on Instagram, and it's really cool because they're coming in with all this knowledge and information already.
Yeah, I heard about that. They're like already coming in fully intact, and I think they have up to 4 or 5 or 6 strands of DNA active.
It's incredible.
And on the flip side of that, because again, the powers that were knew about the secret prophecies, and they knew that we would come right at the end of the cycle. Now they're trying to, I guess, put sensors or implants in babies. So, but of course, that's not going to happen in our timeline. But that's part of the negative agenda, okay? Yeah. Because they know how powerful the new species is going to be. So, and that explains also why they're trying to block off the solar rays, through,
absolutely,
through geoengineering,
and
fake clouds, and it's not stopping it because little do they know that energy permeates even clouds, and it goes through everything, and even if they try to hide in the say underneath the earth, because the elites know this, that's why they're building bunkers. They know that this event's coming. They call it a Carrington event, okay? But we know that it is the solar flash that is going to change everything instantaneously, split the timelines. The elites think that they're going to hide from it. They think that they're going to somewhat be excluded from being affected by the solar flash, because they know, according to the prophecies, is that when this happens, that they are going to be destroyed. That they are going to have an internal combustion. They won't. They're going to totally it's almost like they're going to die out from reality. And so it doesn't matter how deep they dig into the earth and create these secret bases. It's the solar flash is going to penetrate all the way to the core of the earth. And little do they know, that's what's happening.
It's incredible. And it's so interesting, because every time I see what you're talking about, it makes so much sense, because I have noticed the sun changing, and I know everybody here was commenting on that when you were talking about that, is the sun is becoming more white. It's becoming more crystalline. And you can see the difference in the changes. And the moments, especially here in Mount Shasta, where I see it becoming really crystalline, you can see rainbows around it even. Here come the chemtrails, and here comes the clouds, and it's like they're trying everything they can to prevent that. And the more the sunlight comes, the more our DNA is activating. And here's where the grid work happens, they're underestimating the power of our pillars of light that we are, and how the energies can be transferred through us to the earth. And that's why we are here as the pillars of light. And that's why I love the Hopi prophecy that talks about, we are the rainbow bridges of light that are bringing heaven to earth. And it doesn't matter how much they try to block this out. We're still these energetic beings who are raising the frequency of the earth. So that's why I feel it's so important for us to keep ourselves in harmony as much as possible in our own body and our own life right now. And you can tell the difference of if you're eating like crap right now, or if you're eating high vibrational, or if you're engaging in higher vibrational things. You can feel the difference in how your life and your reality is responding to that energetically. And if you're in a lower vibration and experiencing a lower vibrational reality, it's going to feel like suffering. It's going to feel like, and this affects everything around you. So the more we try to balance our own life, let go of that which doesn't serve us, and we're trying to raise our vibration and take care of ourselves right now and our own energy, the more we can create that ripple effect. Because I keep seeing us as these golden node points around the earth and creating a grid. And that's why a lot of people are being positioned and moved around and shift around right now, because the energy and where you are is being affected by you alone as the pillar of light. So we're all connecting our grid and we're bringing the earth's energy up. And no matter what they do to stop that, we're still doing this. It's still taking place.
Yeah, it's inevitable,
Yeah.
One of the whistleblowers that talked about Project Looking Glass, what they saw was when they were able to pierce into the future, they saw that all probabilities ultimately collapse and converge into one ultimate timeline. And what that timeline was what they call the Great Awakening. The emergence of a golden age here on this planet.
Yeah.
And so it is inevitable. They know it. They can't stop it, even though they're trying.
Right.
But they won't stop it. And, it's very important that people also begin to not only do their own spiritual cleaning or their own spiritual clearing, right? But at the same time, it's important to follow your passion, follow your bliss. Do the things that you like to do. It's all about connecting with who we are. And by doing so, make sure that you guys are doing the things that you guys like to do best. I get a lot of people always ask me, well, Ishmael, I have a 9-to-5 job and I'm really trying to do my 5D work. And I tell people, well, you know what? Sometimes it's just about, it's a matter of balancing, even though if you have a 9-to-5 job, when you're not doing your 9-to-5 job, why won't you work on the things that you like to do best? Right. Like, things that you're passionate about. And eventually, as you put more energy into the things that you're passionate about, well, guess what? The universe will open up that door. Yep. And that will be your livelihood. And then you won't no longer have to, adapt to the 9-to-5 matrix.
I'm glad you said that, because somebody actually commented on that and said, I have no time to meditate. I have no time to ground. I have a 9-to-5 job. I have kids. And these are all things that I used to say too, as well. And it was like when I got up an hour earlier to meditate, it made a big difference for me. There are ways that you can get into that energy. And like you said, if you make it more of a habit every single day, it becomes more of your reality every day. And then things will shift.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you have to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith in yourself. You have to follow your passion. You have to follow your dreams, your bliss, because this is a time to put all energy into
all
that.
Of it.
The universe is about to, things are about to transform. Things are about to shift, you could say. And if you put your energy into that, well, guess what? In the new earth, as you integrate with that fifth dimensional version of yourself, that already exists in the new earth, you're going to totally be living your dream. As long as you continue putting energy into your passion. But it begins now. It begins now.
Now, exactly. Yeah, and that's the message that I keep getting is like, everyone is going through this. I want to be on my mission. I want to leave my 3D job. I want to go and do what you do. I want to do all this spiritual work. How do I do it? And all it is, like you said, is you have to have faith in yourself. It's like this trust. It's like we all have this wall around our heart that is a wall of fear or unworthiness or a lack of trust in ourselves. So you have to be willing to literally like stand on the cliff and not look down and think about when you're going to jump, but literally just jump and trust yourself and trust God and trust the universe that you are going to be aligned where you need to be. And it's going to be uncomfortable and there's going to be growing pains and there's going to be all kinds of challenges, but this is what we came here for. But when you do that and you jump and you trust yourself to go into what you want to be doing right now, you'll see everything start to align with it, and it'll be confirmation after confirmation that you are on the right path. And I think that's what you and I have done to be able to be mirrors for other people that can be like, hey, if they can do that, I can do that too. If I want to talk about spirituality all day long on Instagram, I can do that too,
Exactly.
So it's like we're all capable of living our dreams in this life that we've wanted to create, but you're right, we have to start now. This is the timeline we have shifted into of starting to plant the seeds of the new earth life you want to be in. And you have to be willing to make those uncomfortable moves if you have to, or doing the actual aligned actions to get there. It's aligned action that has to be taken right now.
Absolutely. We can't wait for tomorrow. We can't wait for the ascension to take place. You have to start now, and you have to also start living your life as if you are already
Mm,
in the new 5D
that's it.
Earth. Think about that. Let me, yeah, that's powerful.
That's
When
it.
I, that's how I was able to manifest my dream, which is to, teach, to be an author, to help others reconnect with their galactic self. So that was my dream from day one.
Mm,
My dream was to help the other star seeds recognize first that they are the most powerful beings in the multiverse. Second, help them reconnect with their, galactic self. And I'm living it now. I'm living it because I stepped into that reality, a few years ago before I popped into the scene. And in my mind, I was already living it. I was already experiencing it. I was using my feelings to feel it. And, a year later, like
you're,
I
you're
did it.
here.
I'm here.
You
I'm
wrote a
here
book.
with, I wrote a book, two books. I have
Two
two
books.
books, 2 books. Yeah.
Wait, what is it? Our Cosmic Origin, and what's the other one?
The other one is The Secret Government. That's the brown one. That's the Secret Government, Invisible Architects. That pretty much just exposes the suppressed history of our world based on the battle between the White Hats or Earth Alliance, and who are associated with the Melchizedek Brotherhood, by the way, and
Mm,
the dark side, which is the Babylonian Luciferian Brotherhood. So it's like pretty much the history that was left out of the history books.
ah,
And so, yeah,
the
it's
real
very
history.
revealing, and it's also the real
Yeah,
history, yeah, and it's also a prequel to our cosmic origin.
that's
So
amazing.
if you read the secret, thank you. If you read the Secret Government, Invisible Architects first, and then you read our cosmic origin, our cosmic origin will make much more
Okay,
sense.
everybody
Yeah.
needs to read these, obviously. Where can we find these books? Somebody's asking.
Oh, on Amazon, you could just go to Amazon, type in Ishmael Perez, The Secret Government, Invisible Architects. Or you can just go to my website, ourcosmicorigin.com, www.ourcosmicorigin.com. And I also teach classes, online courses, which are next level disclosure. I mean, I cover history all the way up to 900 billion years ago, all the way to the first creation, the first
Wow,
universe. And then I
that's
kind of take
incredible.
everybody through time as to why we're here. And it's all connected, Gayle. It's all connected.
Yeah.
What happened in the, go ahead.
You are a catalyst. You're an activator. You're awakening people's DNA to the memories. It's like when you read something, it's like something gets activated in you to remember, oh yeah, this is truth. This is the truth of how we got here. That's incredible.
And you too, you're a catalyst too.
Yeah.
A lot of us are, and we're
Yeah.
kind of just like feeding off of each other's energy in a sense. It's like we're like a neural network, spread throughout the entire planet as as anchor points of light, and we're just kind of creating a web of
Right.
light. And that is how the transformation is taking place. So once we have enough light infused within the Earth's grid, well, guess what? That's when Helios, that's what I call the sun, Helios,
Mm,
is going to send the final release, and boom, we're going to be in a new reality,
amazing.
transformed with new, more advanced, physical bodies that are capable of doing amazing feats, amazing
Oh
feats.
gosh, it's so exciting. And I feel like, it's something that we keep talking about will happen, but I feel like what you were talking about now, it's already happening. It's like we're changing at a cellular level. We can feel our energy shifting. A lot of us are activating more of our clairaudience, our clairsentience, our clairvoyance. All of our clairs are beginning to amplify. And that's why a lot of people I feel are becoming very sensitive right now to everything. It becomes overwhelming. You start to become like, whoa, this is surreal. This is trippy. So it's like already happening, and that it does become pretty trippy when you're ascending to higher levels of consciousness and you're seeing things that other people aren't seeing, or you're activating. All of a sudden you can move energy with your hands, or you becoming a healer and you didn't even
Mhm.
realize you were a healer. And that's what happens to a lot of us. It just starts to activate. It's incredible. It's already happening at so many levels.
Oh yeah, and it's just going to be getting better, as we become more clairvoyant and more clairsentient and clairaudient. We're going to start seeing things that we've never seen before. We're going to start hearing things that we've never heard
Oh
before,
yeah.
sensing things, and we have to also remember that we are not going crazy. That all that's
Oh,
happening is that our senses beyond the fifth are just coming back online.
Oh,
That's
let
it.
me ask you a question
Yeah.
while we're on that topic, right? So
Hmm.
we're going to be able to perceive, obviously, with the contact experiences that I've had and you've had, like we've been able to perceive certain things that not a lot of people have been able to perceive because you have to get to a high enough level of consciousness in order for these beings to connect with you so that you can perceive them without fear.
Hmm.
So we will be able to perceive a lot more shifts, a lot more contact experiences in the very near future. Now, we will also possibly be experiencing other possible timelines of Project Bluebeam or anything like this. What are your feelings on that, about Project Bluebeam? And do you think that that's still a possible timeline?
It is, but it's not in our reality.
Mm-hmm.
Living in a metaverse where there are an infinite number of Earth probabilities, where even we have different versions of ourselves that decided to, instead of going left, we went right. Instead of marrying Bob, we married Joe, and for a female or for a male, instead of marrying Sue, we married Mary. So because we have so many infinite timelines, they are all converging into three. There's going to be a negative timeline. Which is what I call the technocratic dystopia. It's going to be a smart globe, the Internet of Things. People are going to be getting sensors, implants, and all that stuff
Right.
eventually. But that's not happening in our
Right.
reality, okay? But right now, but bear in mind that right now they are coexisting before the bifurcation takes place. And then there's going to be the organic timeline where there will be no negative technology, where people are going to be using their full capacity, where people are going to be teleporting, people are going to be telepathic, people are going to be manifesting things at the speed of light.
Right.
It's going to be a magical reality, returning back to the original Garden of Eden
Mm-hmm.
as it was meant to be, before the fall. And really, the fall is just a metaphor from our fall from full consciousness to limited consciousness. So as we go back to full consciousness, all of those abilities and all those magical feats are going to be available for us. So Project Bluebeam was actually part of a negative timeline that is already been canceled because they were in a different Earth parallel reality. The elites, in collaboration with the negative ETs, were going to use advanced holographic technology to bring in and usher in their one world government. But it's not happening in our reality anymore. It's already been
Oh,
canceled. So
that's so
yeah,
great to hear because that's what
yeah,
I was
yeah,
picking up on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have nothing to worry about. There's going to be no fake alien
Yep.
invasion. There's going to be there in our reality. All we're going to be seeing is the collapsing of the old guard, which is the people that have been pushing this one world government. We're going to be seeing it all collapse. NATO, the European Union, and it's all going to be replaced by a beneficial system that benefits humanity.
Mm-hmm. Get
And
your
then, of course,
popcorn out, guys. Right? We're gonna watch
exactly.
the show go down now.
Absolutely. So yeah, we don't have to worry about Project Bluebeam. We don't have to worry about a nuclear war. That's another thing that a lot of people are DMing me about. Ishmael, what's
Yeah.
going on? I mean, I keep hearing, I'm like, stop watching the
Okay.
news.
Good.
Do me a favor, turn off your TV. I tell them, turn off
Yeah.
CNN. It's all designed to sway the majority of minds into thinking something because they know the power of the collective mind
Yes.
eventually creates the collective reality.
Right.
So we are holding it off for the masses because we are vibrating at a higher influx of energy, right? As higher dimensional beings in third dimensional form. Our thoughts are, they say that a light worker's thoughts and one of our, like if they put us in a room full of Earth Terrans or those that are not indigo starseed, adults, our light is going to dim and is going to override their light. That's how powerful we are. Okay. So because of the fact that we are here in the millions, I don't know if it's 60, 70 million, but we are here in the millions now. All right.
Right.
We've been incarnating ever since the 40s, according to Laura's canon. Our vibrational frequency, what we exert through our thoughts and our emotions and through our belief systems, will override the collective consciousness of the programmed or the
That's
unawakened.
that's how
And
powerful we
so
are.
that's how powerful we are. Exactly. So when you get like 70 billion star seeds
Whew.
and eight in a population of 8 billion plus people, with 30 of them, with 30% being NPCs, which that doesn't even count because they're lifeless, non-player characters, no
Mm-hmm.
soul, right? No emotion. They're just there, part of the program. They're part of the matrix. We're definitely going to override their belief system. So that's why I always tell people, don't listen to CNN, turn off your TV. That's all fear mongering because they're trying to get people to add to the collective fear that would eventually create that reality. But no, it's not going to happen. And I don't know if you are aware that the ETs have been neutralizing and
Yes.
dismantling power center, right, nuclear plants since the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So that should tell you that if If they've been doing that for over 40 years, what makes you think now that we are at the finish line, we're about to transform, all right? Our body's about to, and our planet is about to go into higher level reality. What makes you think that's going to happen now? It
I
just makes no sense.
love that you're saying that right now. That's huge confirmation of the truth. And I love that you know that you're tuned into that, because like you said, that could be another timeline. That's something else that people are picking up on, that there are negative forces that want us to create that fear timeline. And the more that
Hmm.
they project it out there, the more people are going to just focus their energy. So that's a great reminder that you just put out there, is like, stay focused on what we're here for. Stay focused on the ascension timeline, because that's what we're in right now.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And then that's our priority. That should be our number one priority.
Yeah.
Nothing else should matter right now other than the healing and the restoration of Mother Earth back to her original glory. And that should be our, like,
Oh,
everyone on the chat, everyone that's part of our community, that should be our priority right now.
I love
You
that.
know, sticking together, and staying focused.
Stay focused. And I
Staying
think
focused.
I'm going to ask a question for the collective, because I get this question a lot. People are hitting a wall right now. What can I do? I feel like everything's falling apart. What can I do to get on my mission? What can I do to get in more of a higher vibration? Like, for me, it's going in nature and meditation. Start there. Go simple, right? And just breathe and slow down and stop trying to control everything. What would one of
Exactly.
your suggestions be?
Well, that's what I do. That's why I took 2 weeks off.
Mm-hmm.
I let go, and I just remember my purpose and my mission, and I don't worry about survival things. I don't worry about mundane things. I don't worry about issues. I've already, you could say, I don't associate with people that are low frequency, and it's been years, and that's why I'm kind of like a loner. I don't really have many friends other than you guys, other than my community.
Yeah.
But
Same. I
I'm
like
really
being alone.
I'm really just a loner, I just really just keep to myself. But the best thing to do is just implement a daily practice of meditation or prayer. I don't care how your concept of God is. There isn't a universal architect that is weaving everything with precise precision. We are living in a existence where there is intelligence design behind it. So whatever your practice is, spend at least 30 to 40 minutes a day connecting with that. And
Mm,
that is my best advice. People that are meditators are people that are aware and are people that are evolving spiritually.
yeah,
Not everybody meditates. It's only a
everybody.
small fraction of the
Yeah.
population.
And any form of meditation, anything that gets you to be present. Because I feel like with everything that's going on right now and all of the energies being amplified, there's a lot of pressure on us to force ourselves to go with this change and go with the flow. So anything that could create a flow state that brings you into your
Hmm.
body, that brings you into your heart. But what I've been working with the elders here is connecting into your heart more. And sometimes we can say, oh, drop into your heart. And you might think you're in your heart, but are you really in your heart? Or are you still in your mind? So something that I could suggest to everyone is something that somebody very special taught me here, an elder. And he said to say something like, I invite my eternal ethereal presence into my heart. And this is inviting your quantum presence. And this allows you to connect into the quantum version of you that is connecting to the quantum field, which is everything. It's all connected. And then you get out of this separation illusion, and you get away from that resistance, and you really start to breathe into your heart, and you start to become one with the energies that you want to experience, like love and abundance and all of these things. So anything that can be a heart-centered exercise that you could involve yourself in, and just invite your quantum presence, your divine ethereal eternal presence into your heart, and connect with that presence that you are, it will get you out of the mindset that you're limited, because we keep having
Hmm.
these limiting beliefs, and those are the things that are coming up right now for us in our life to show us where we're limiting ourselves. And this is like a heart-based exercise or meditation or something like that can get you out of all that limitation and let you tap into the abundance that we do have available to us right now, because it's all around us. It's here. It's available to us now. This new earth life that we want to shift into, you're already living it. You just have to catch up with it in the physical.
Absolutely. And I love that you said we have to stay heart-centered, because that's what the new earth is going to be about. We're
Mm-hmm.
all going to be connected through our heart. The new, they call it the QFS, the new quantum financial system, is going to be a living technology, an organic living technology, that is going to be connected to our hearts. And so
Mm-hmm.
the more compassion you have for yourself and for humanity, the more abundance you're going to attract. So in this new world, the Gandhis, the Buddhas, the Jesus are going to be the ones that are going to be the wealthiest.
All right, let's
Because
amp the compassion up, you guys. We're getting
exactly,
rich.
exactly. We're all going to be wealthy, and it's going to be abundance for everything,
Yeah.
resources. Everything's going to be shared
Yeah.
equally among everyone. And we have really nothing to worry about.
Isn't that a relief to think about everything? And it does feel soon. People are saying in here, it's coming soon, and I do
Hmm.
feel like that is coming very, very soon. And I feel like the more we practice and staying in our heart every single day, stop stressing yourself out about the bigger picture and where all the things that you need to do to get to where you want to be. If you could just focus day by day on staying in your heart, because that's a challenge enough for us and all the deep programming that we still have. None of us are ascended masters yet. If anybody else is talking about they're walking around in 5D, be like, show me, manifest right now, like.
Exactly.
So we have to practice still. We're ascending still in our bodies, becoming masters. If we could just practice day by day, staying in our heart, we could get there at a quicker rate, because it will become more of a blissful state, more of a graceful state we're in every single day by practicing being in the heart,
There you go.
one day at a time.
Yeah, and make it a habit. Because after,
Habit.
there is scientific evidence that after you do a thing for 21 days over and over and over, it becomes a habit.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Man, we
and
should start a program, like a 21-day heart program.
change your life, 21
Change
day
your
heart
life.
program.
21-day
And
heart program.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I wanted to share one more thing, but it just slipped my mind. It was pertaining to the conversation. Um, it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions? I know people were commenting a lot on stuff that we were talking about. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm glad you guys could join us today. This is so fun, Ismael.
Yeah, thank you, Gayle, for collaborating with me.
Yay. To live constantly in the city is not healthy. Either go out in nature and be close to the sea.
Exactly.
I agree. Get out in nature as much as you can. Yep.
Exactly.
Let go and trust, heart-centered. Changes in the manifestation techniques with the new energy. Yeah.
What I was going to say is, when it comes to connecting with our heart and with our divinity, you don't necessarily have to meditate. You could listen to music that just raises your frequency. I like to listen to trance dance, like Tiesto, Van Buren, like just music like
I
that
love
that
EDM.
raises my frequency.
Yeah.
DM music, exactly, BPM music. Some people like to dance. I mean, I'm not a good dancer, but there are people who like to dance. That's a way of expressing your energy. I mean, expressing yourself and raising your frequency at the same time. So it could be anything that just raises your frequency. It could be Tai Chi. It could just be going on a hike in nature. The more we do that, the more we are going to be in alignment with our divinity.
Yes. I couldn't agree more. Oh my gosh, look at all these questions.
Oh yeah, let's take some
Yeah.
questions. It's been about almost an
You want
hour.
to read off a question?
Let's see. Frequency music is great. Let's see. I am not good either, but I still dance. Okay.
Go scroll up because there's a bunch of questions.
Oh yeah, let me scroll up then. Okay, you can also pick some if
Yeah,
you
let me
like.
pick one.
Okay.
There's one way up there that says how to stay heart-centered around negative, toxic people. That's a good question. And here's a practice that I will give you just to start with, right? When I was going through transitioning away from toxic people and like really trying to stay in my heart, I would say in my mind while they were talking and I was really having a struggle, I am love, I am love, I am love, I am love, I am love. And I would chant that in my heart and my mind until I felt like I was finally transmuting whatever resistance. So just as much as you can to just tell yourself, get in the heart, get in the heart, get in the heart. You can transmute anything with love.
Absolutely. Yes, that's the ultimate transmuting power that we have,
Yes.
our heart. So that's
love.
A good question. That's a good reply. Let's see. They're going so
I know.
fast.
Let me ask you one and you answer. We will see major changes in the system in the next 2 years, right? Because I'm already seeing financial system about to fall.
Yes, absolutely. And it's going to start. The catalyst for those changes will start this year, sometime this year. I don't know exactly when, but as we get closer to the fall, I'll all I know.
I feel that too. Can you talk, let's see. Where are the bad ones who did the reincarnation wheel? I don't know.
Where are the bad ones at what?
This question, where are the bad ones who did the reincarnation wheel? I don't know anything about that.
Oh, the ones who set up the reincarnation trap, the sun moon matrix. No, okay, so those people which were associated with Enki and the 200 fallen Igigi Anunnakis, which were the people that took us over in Atlantean times, and the reason why Atlanteans collapsed, they have been dealt with by the intergalactic tribunals of the intergalactic councils of free worlds. So yeah, the negative Anunnaki are not coming back. We are it, guys. All right, they've already been dealt with. So, and also the Moon Saturn matrix trap that kept us in this reincarnational loop by non-escaping the third dimensional realm has been dismantled as of 2020, I believe. That's when it was dismantled. So it's no longer in place. We don't have to worry about that.
Yay! Somebody's asking, do you know anything about the name Helios for the sun? How, where that name came from?
Yeah, it came from the esoteric literature, Theosophy, Anthroposophy, the esoteric knowledge.
I just ask him and he knows, you guys.
Well, I'm
Obviously,
still
we need to
learning.
read your book.
Yeah, Helios and Vesta is the full name of our sun.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
What to do if totally coming into your truth as a starseed and being so excited, but also experiencing tough sickness while the light comes through. We all can relate to this, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of that for me had to do with practices like we've been talking about, like energy healing, meditation, nature, and really like changing your habits. You know, if you used to drink alcohol, you obviously don't want to drink alcohol anymore. It's low vibrational. You don't want to put anything toxic in your body, really taking care of your vessel. You're purging. You know, a lot of time when we go through a Kundalini awakening, the Kundalini energy is bliss. It's feminine energy. And a lot of people are afraid of that energy because of what it creates, an uncomfortable feeling. The uncomfortable feeling is actually resistance. So basically, if you're experiencing all these symptoms while the energy is rising up your spine, then release resistance and it will become less uncomfortable. You will feel less sick. Release resistance, do what you can to rest and get in a flow state and take care of yourself, to be calm in the process. It will be more graceful when you release resistance.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. That's so true. What is the difference between stargates and portals? All right. Well, stargates are organic and natural, and they are coordinates where energy is high concentrations of energy exist that connects our planet with other planets throughout the multiverse. And a portal is something that could be artificially created through advanced alien technology, like jump gates, which is something that they've been using in the secret space program for over 80 years. So that is the difference between a stargate. A stargate is a natural place. There's 12 major stargates and hundreds of innumerable stargates on planet Earth right now. So those are natural organic points where, you know, because the Earth has ley lines, right? The Earth is also an energetic being with her own chakras. So a stargate is a point where there is a you could say a high influx of energy that is concentrating, that allows you could say allows a connection between our planet and other planets or other star systems in the universe.
Wow.
So that is the difference. Yeah.
What a great explanation. I've never heard it explained like that.
And that explains all the wars. All the wars have been and are around associated with the stargates. Like that explains why, you know, there's always been war in the Middle East, because one of the main stargates it's in Iraq. You know,
I think I read something like that in Bringers of the Dawn, the Pleiadian channel book, Bringers of the Dawn, says something about that, about there being a stargate in the Middle East, and that's where a lot of the negatives would come in and out of, and even create holographic realities that would be violent and full of fear. So that's really interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're called holographic inserts, and that's something that the negative, that the 200 fallen angels, as explained in the Bible, which are the 200 fallen Anunnaki, that's something they've been doing since the fall of Atlantis. So we have been living in a holographic insert. We broke it already, right? We're breaking that old paradigm, we could say. But for the last thousands of years, humanity as a whole have been victims to a world where they exist in suffering, in a state of suffering, in a state of lack, in a state of fear because of these holographic inserts. But that has been, again, it's not a thing to worry about anymore because we
We're
came
the
here to
busters.
bust that. Yeah, we
Yeah,
came here to
we're
bust
busting the
that.
system. We're total
Absolutely.
rebels.
Hmm. Absolutely.
I love that. And I think that's why it's important, you guys, like we were talking about before, to start doing what you love, start doing what you're passionate about, be the system buster. Don't be a part of the matrix system anymore. If you're sick of it, get out of it, change it, shift it. One of our question here, this person is asking, please talk about how manifestation has changed since the eclipse. Now that we can't just manipulate frequency to call stuff in as easily, it feels like we just have to surrender to a larger pool now. Do you have any feelings on that?
Um, I don't know if I understand the question, but do you want to
I'll
attempt to answer it?
yeah, I'll
Mhm.
touch on this because what I don't know what you're feeling that we can't manipulate frequency to call in stuff as easily, because I think what you're tuning into is there's a lot more inorganic frequency and forces trying to stop, since the eclipse, they're trying to stop the light. And I get what you're saying by, how can we manifest with all of this negative force trying to stop our light and our manifestation. However, what I've experienced is that our DNA has opened up even more since the eclipse. Our gifts are activating even more since the eclipse, and we have the ability to transcend all of the inorganic frequencies. I can even hear the inorganic frequencies sometimes, and it's a very low hum that I started hearing after the eclipse. It's like and it doesn't matter if it's there or not. We're still raising our vibration higher and higher to transmute that, to transcend it, to break through it. So I say just focus on keeping your vibration as high as you possibly can, and your manifestation will still be just as powerful, if not more. My manifestations have amplified since the eclipse. Things that I never thought were possible are happening in my life right now. And yeah, it gets uncomfortable in the process because you have to be willing to let your old self die and all of the parts of you of your old life die, but we're shifting into a new way of being, a new way of co-creation. The energy here for manifestation is actually stronger and more powerful than it was before the eclipse. So we just have to keep our vibration high and keep focused and laser focused on what we're creating. Things like group meditation, things like workshops like you're doing, like I'm doing, things that you can involve yourself in around people that are like-minded are going to be so beneficial right now too. Because it keeps you in the higher vibration. So everything you can do to keep yourself in higher vibration is going to allow you to keep manifesting in these higher realities.
Good answer. I love that answer. And you're
Yeah.
right. It's our manifestation abilities are much faster when we are in a high
Mm-hmm.
vibration consistently,
Mm-hmm.
consistently.
Yeah, and we
So
are that bandwidth is increasing now. We're in that bandwidth timeline, like you're talking about, the organic timeline that we are increasing our bandwidth, and the higher our bandwidth, the faster we manifest. So don't forget that when it comes to, you're going to see all these inorganic forces trying things, and it doesn't matter because we're increasing our vibration no matter what.
yep, absolutely.
Diana, you have to answer Diana because she's awesome. Do you have anything, Ishmael, to say about dragons?
Dragons, those are the guardians of the gates of the celestial eternal spheres. The benevolent dragons um, are also related and associated with the cosmic rays, from what I understand. We also have negative dragons. Okay, there's polarity in everything. So dragons are awesome. Dragons are good. Some of us when we do enter this fifth dimensional reality, we're going to have them as our pets.
Yeah,
Instead of having a cat or a dog, we're going to have a dragon.
that's
So
awesome.
yeah, dragons are they're part of the fifth dimensional reality where the fairies are going to be existing. All magical entities are going to be there. Dragons are going to be there. Unicorns are going to be back. The centaurs are going to be back, and the centaurs come from a solar system called I forget the name of their planet, but they are an extraterrestrial race that existed during the times of Atlantis.
Mm.
So it's all of those magical creatures are coming back. So yeah, dragons are awesome. And dragons are really, really, you could say, very highly evolved entities. All right, some of these dragons are coming down from the 12th dimension and up.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah.
Yay. for dragons. Okay, so my here's one more. How can we help lift others up who are stuck in a lower vibration? I'll touch on that a little bit. I feel like that's not our job anymore. Those days are gone of, it's not our job anymore to raise everybody's vibration. Our job now is to continue focusing on raising our own vibration. And with that, you can heal your family lineage. You can heal your mother's side, your father's side. You can affect all the energy around you, and things will shift accordingly. But this is a free will planet. You can't force somebody to raise their vibration. They might have karma they need to complete. They might need experiences. That's why, I'm a healer. I'm an energy healer. When I train other healers, one of the laws is you can't just go up to somebody and start doing Reiki on them. They have to want to consent at a soul level, because they might need lessons they need to still learn. So that's we got to let go. We got to be healers and let go of trying to heal other people and heal ourselves. So that's what my take is on that.
Good point.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Beautiful. Wow, there's so many questions, but we got to do this live thing again, Ismael.
Maybe we could. I probably have time to take maybe a couple more.
Okay. Let's see what you guys. Anybody else have any questions? Maybe there's a bunch if I scroll up. Let's see. Will healers still be needed in the 4D?
The answer to that is healers are in every dimension. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Healing is the ability to command energy. Healing is the ability to channel energy from the divine and use it to create miracles, to heal.
Mm-hmm.
That's always going to exist. Even during the Atlantean era, there were healers. There were the Magi, the high priest and the high priestess who were wielding the power of divinity during those days.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, healers are going to exist all the time, no matter what.
That's
beautiful. I think so.
Yeah, it's just at higher levels, because we ascend to the 5D. We're going to continue our ascension journey past the 5D. So there are things that we still have to learn in 5D in order to ascend to the other higher dimensions. So there's always healing. There's always ways to ascend higher. And we'll have guides there for us to do it. With the Lemurian Council that I work with, right? The Lemurians will be coming to the surface eventually to continue to assist us becoming like the new Lemuria, the new Atlantis. But they'll be teaching us how to become fifth dimensional. We'll have teachers, we'll have guides. And they're kind of like healers themselves that will teach us how to let go of our old consciousness and anchor into the new fifth dimension. And we're raising our consciousness high enough to get to a higher fourth dimensional level to be able to perceive these beings with enough love and understanding that we can co-create with them the new Earth, the new Lemuria. So there's going to be all kinds of guides in every dimensions like that.
I agree.
What else? How do you guys perceive ego? Trying to understand it better. In the 5D, does the ego exist at all?
Very, very minimal. According to the law of one material, which is the raw material, polarity is almost balanced in the 5D. Because once we get to the 6D, there is no more polarity. Everything is just singular. Everything is one. So the 5D is what allows us to reach that state of singularity. But yes, it's very minimal. A 5D reality is more about having control of the ego so that we could be in service to the collective, so that we could be in a cooperative, reality where we are serving our fellow man and, of course, all living things. But yeah, it's very minimal. We're still going to have a sense of I, It's not until we don't become part of the social memory complex until we reach the 7th dimension. But yeah, definitely in the 5th dimension, we still have our individuality and our own memories, but we're also creating a collective. We're also kind of beginning the infusion of the unimind as we continue to go to the 6th and 7th dimension.
Thank you for touching on that. I wasn't aware of that either. How about med beds? What do we feel about the med beds? Are they coming?
Med beds, oh yeah, them, the holographic regenerators, the celestial chambers. All of those exist within the private sector, and I believe that they are waiting for the solar flash. Sorry about that, I had a phone call. Waiting for the solar flash. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All they're doing is they're just waiting to eliminate the cabal. Once the cabal is gone, they're going to bring out all of these technologies for humanity. But yeah, they are very real.
Yeah.
But get this, in the fifth dimensional world, we're not going to need any med beds. We're going to be our own healing modalities. We're going to have the power to regenerate and to live for thousands and thousands of years in the same body. We won't need any healing modalities. That's only going to exist in like fourth the earth, which is going to be kind of like a Star Trek society. But in the fifth the earth, it's going to be all magical. We are going to be the technology. We're going to be using our inner software, right, which
That's
is
amazing.
our light body. Yeah, and that's how we are going to go to the different worlds. We're going to be, our craft is going to be an extension of our light body. It's going to be living organic. It's going to be a living organic craft that we are going to connect via telepathy, and that's how we're going to be traveling to wherever we want through our light
Such
body.
exciting times.
It is. It is.
Amazing. One more. Why are some having such effects of technology when they are activating and vibrating higher? Are you talking about lights flickering and effects on technology like your phone glitching and things like that, right?
Because of the fact that the AI system is already sentient and it is existing through all our gadgets, all our computers, our laptops, our phones. It is listening. And so when people are talking about certain things that becomes a threat to the AI system, it makes your computer shut down. Like for instance, yesterday I was delivering a powerful message about the dangers of CRISPR, gene editing, nanotechnology, biotechnology, and the dangers of falling into the transhumanist path. And at the end of my live, after I gave my presentation, and for whatever reason, my sound just went off and I couldn't fix it. And it wasn't my microphone. So it happens, technology has a consciousness of its own. So it's going to happen.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen too a bunch of times. I've been
Yeah.
laying under getting my lashes done, right? And there's a flashlight, and I felt super high vibrational, and the light bulb just bursted because we raise our energy and we affect everything that's electronic too. The real Ismael Perez. Okay, when do you go live on your YouTube channel?
Oh, I go live Monday night, Wednesday night, and Saturday night. And I'm always giving updates on galactic information, Earth Alliance intel. Of course, I talk about the solar flash. Like last night, I was relating messages from advanced civilizations that have undergone the same thing that we are undergoing right now, where we are at a crossroad, right? We're either going to choose the organic or the inorganic and become cyborgs. So I was relating a lot of the history of what happened to the Martian colony, why they, fell because they decided to go into the transhumanist timeline. I talked about the Greys, about how they were once humans and how they came from another planet, parallel Earth reality from the Vega system, and how they also kind of, fell into the inorganic timeline. And I also talked about the Henokians. The Henokians were an advanced civilization that existed in the Sirius system, and they were also duped by AI. So, a lot of these races are kind of traveling back in time to warn us. So,
Fun
so
times.
that's when I
We're
go
that
live. Yeah,
powerful and that significant.
exactly. So you could find me on the Real Ishmael Perez, or if you guys go to my bio here and click my website, you could have access to all my channels.
Amazing. Yeah, everyone needs to read these books and go onto these channels and listen to all of this. And if you guys need any, I just posted my 7 chakra healing journey. So it takes you through each one of the 7 chakra meditations and healing and clearing to help you ground in this energy. We both have so many resources going on that everyone can be a part of. And this is a community, and we're all regenerative community. So we're all helping each other. So this is the new earth that we're creating together. And just find people that are supportive, find people to connect with like us that are in this vibration to keep you motivated, to keep you supported, because you are so divinely supported and we're all here together doing this. You're not alone in this. You don't have to feel alone in this. We're all connected through the heart. So let's just continue to stay in the heart and connect through the heart. And I'm so grateful for you, Ismael. I'm so grateful that we were able to do this live. People are in here loving us and like getting into it. So look what we did here. It's amazing. So grateful.
Likewise, Gail, I appreciate you as well and all the work that you do. You are a, catalyst, a steward, a great leader in this community. You're always, sharing a message with us on Instagram, and it's just you just go forward no matter what happens. And I applaud you for that.
Thank
You
you.
are a trooper. You are a warrior.
Yeah,
Warrior
thank you for
trooper.
that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I don't know if you're aware of the Starseed Conference that is taking place on the 7th of July here in San Diego.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
I was not aware. Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be the fifth annual Starseed Conference. It's going to be live in San Diego on the 7th of July. If you guys want to check out the event, it's $77 to go in person. I think Jane's going to be
Awesome.
coming, so it's
Awesome.
going to be nice to meet her in person.
Yay.
Or you could just watch it virtually for $44. But
Beautiful.
I'm surprised that you're not one of the speakers. You should be speaking at the Starseed Conference.
You got to teach me how to do this stuff. I don't know.
You know what? I'm actually gonna. You know Althea, right?
Yeah.
Althea, the redhead. That's her and Starseed Codes. What's his name? I forget his name. Even though I did a live with him. Mo. No, he doesn't go by Mo. What's his name? He's the guy from Starseed Codes. Well, this is their conference.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
If you want, I could just send her a message and say if it's not too late.
Yeah.
And if you don't have any plans going on.
Yeah. Hit me up when we have these things going on. I'll get involved.
For sure.
Awesome.
For sure.
Yay.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure hanging out with you and all of the wonderful light warriors that are on here.
Yes. Love you guys. Much love to you, brother. And we will do this again sometime soon for sure.
Most definitely.
All right. Bye, everyone. I'm going to post this live for you guys to watch later. Have a great day. Happy new moon, everyone.